Hi guys, it's Emily Capel and Kristen Hilty with Making Math Make Sense again. We are so excited to bring you another digital math game. Today we're going to be playing the game Rolling with Decimals. Kristen, tell us about the game.
Rolling with decimals, kids love this one. It's a great way to practice working with decimal numbers. We are going to be trying to sequence them from least to greatest. So again, once you open up the game from the website, you come here, you have to make a copy. And then your computer spins because everybody's using the internet.
Making that copy allows each of us to be able to access the game and not switch each other's stuff around. So it's really important that you make a copy of the game.
And then once it loads, you will see your virtual game board here, and then below it, you'll see the directions. So you will have the typed out directions that you can send to your students as well. Now,
so this game I normally play in person. And my kids are working on decimals right now, so I wanted them to have this practice in a fun, meaningful way to order their decimals.
So to play, you're going to come up here to where it says dice. I'm going to go first, and I'm going to roll. Now you can decide with your students how many dice you want them to roll. You can have them roll 2 dice, 3 dice, 4 dice, or 5 dice. And you can also be specific as to which place values you want them to use. Emily and I are going to play the game where we're going to be just using tenths and hundredths. So we're going to have 0 ones in all of ours. However, you can change that out for your kids. You can leave it more open-ended, even if they're rolling 2 dice. If they're rolling 2 dice, they can decide, do they want to make a number with ones and tenths? Do they want to make a number with tens and ones? Do they want to make a number with tenths and hundredths? So you can make this as open-ended or as closed as you want to as the teacher. We've closed the directions a little bit, so we are going to say that on each roll with your 2 dice, you have to use it to make a number using tenths and hundredths. So with my 2 dice, I rolled a 1 and a 3. I do have some choice here. I can either make this number 13 hundredths, or I can make it 31 hundredths. And I can put it, since I'm starting, I can put it anywhere on this board. You can see here's where our least number and our greatest number. So it probably would not be wise of me to put 13 hundredths all the way up here at the top. That would not be a very wise idea. I could put 13 hundredths down here at the bottom, and then all of our numbers that we continue to make have to be greater than 13 hundredths. And I think I might go ahead and do that. I'm going to put 13 hundredths here. So I'm going to highlight over the type here, and I'm going to type in here 0.13. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use the blue ink because that's my favorite color. And I'm going to let Emily change the color when she wants to do hers. But I guess
so this game, like we're playing, can be a 2-person game. It could be a 1-person game. We talked about it could be playing in person, and you can use 10-sided dice so that you have all of the digits. So right now with our digital version, when we have this dice on the Google Slides, it only has digits 1 through 6. But you can totally print this board out and hand it to your kids and give them some 10-sided dice so they have all the digits. I just wanted to add that in because that's what I do in my real face-to-face classroom. So I rolled a 3 and a 3. I could only really have one option since they're both the same digit. I'm going to have 33 hundredths. Kristen, can you put my answer of 33 hundredths in the third down from the top circle? Right there. Yes, ma'am. And can you make mine purple, please?
Yes, but oh, here we go. You want to be purple. You are 33 hundredths. Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, my turn. I rolled a 2 and a 5. So I can either be 25 hundredths or I can be 52 hundredths. If I'm 52 hundredths, I have to go above my 33 hundredths. If I decide to do 25 hundredths, I have to come between 13 hundredths and 33 hundredths. I am going to do 25 hundredths, and I'm going to put it in this one here. Now, when I used to play this game with my students, I did make them reason through their thinking with their partner to talk about where their different options on the board would be, where they could put those numbers. All right, so Emily's turn.
Oh, I rolled the same digits again. I rolled a 2 and a 2, so I am stuck with the number 2200s. So there's only one place that I can put my answer of 2200s. Where do you think that's at?
It's going to have to come between 1300s and 2500s.
Exactly. So I have that circle taken up, and I would like for you to put in 2200s in purple, please.
Now, if we roll anything less than 2500s, we aren't going to be able to place it on our board, so that would result in a loss of turn for one of us at this point. My kids liked to play this where the winner was the person who was able to record the most numbers on the path.
Yep.
So I rolled a 3 and a 1. So I can either do 3100s or 1300s. Well, I know I can't do 1300s. That's already here. So I have to do 3100s. And I know it has to be less than 3300s. So I am very lucky I do get to put that right here.
Yep.
All right. So we're
All right,
clicking in on this.
Hope I can play a number.
Ooh.
All right. I have a 6 and a 3. So I could make 3600s or I could make 6300s. And now there's 2 circles left on the game board I could do. So I could put either answer on the game board. I'm going to go with 6300s, and I'm going to put it right above the 3300s.
Oh, that's
I'm going to make it a little bit harder for us that we would have to roll a decimal.
Yeah, that
larger
was
or greater than
nice.
6300s.
I have to remember she's in purple.
So it's a little bit of gameplay. I'm quite competitive.
Mm-hmm. That was not nice. Let's see what happens on my roll. 2 and a 1. I obviously can't do 1200s or 2100s. Let's see what Emily gets here.
4 and a 1. Unfortunately, I can not place 1400s or 4100s on the game board either.
I have a 3 and a 5, so I cannot do 3500s or 5300s.
1200s or 2100s. Neither one work on our board.
Yes, I rolled a 5 and a 6, and I can do 6500s, and I think that means, whoops, I win the game.
Yep. Kristen won 4-3. She got to put 4 numbers on the board, and I only got to put 3 numbers on the board.
Try this game with your kids. We think they'll love it. It's a great way to practice working with decimals. Let us know if you have any questions.